Hey dudes, we might have a spaceship. You know, it's metal. It's shaped like a cigar. It's metal like a spaceship. It's shaped like a spaceship. It's got an orbit like a spaceship.
Okay, great.
You think the government would be like, yeah, this is important. But I guess we don't have a system like that.
Great. The Matrix is older than you know.
And that's it?
The computer was programmed. It doesn't make errors.
It's man-made, so it can make errors. We've become machine worshippers. Don't you see it? We're so used to flying on instruments, we don't know solid ground when we're standing on it.
Man, what a weird day. One of you dicks wants to talk about planets.
100 million miles from home and we ran out of gas.
Houston, stay cool.
Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation.
Game on, bitches!
Action.
What do you see?
Space. An endless tapestry of stars reaching toward infinity.
I mean, really, really weird stuff.
It's a spaceship.
We will be detecting more of these in the future.
It isn't friendly, whatever it is. Come on, Chewie, let's check it out.
Hit the button, baby.
Everybody set. 3, 2, 1.
Well, space is there, and the moon and the planets are there, and new hopes for knowledge and peace are there. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.
Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force.
That's an order. All right.
Fasten your straps.
And now, if America's new spacecraft succeeds in reaching Venus, we will have literally reached the stars before midnight tonight. This is a breathtaking pace.
People will look to the sky and see hope. I'll take that from them first.
The Space Shuttle, the world's premier space transportation vehicle.
You know, by the early 80s standards, it was completely revolutionary. That was a major milestone.
The shuttle represents the commitment to use the resources of space for the benefit of mankind.
The Space Shuttle has demonstrated time and again that it is up to the challenge of spaceflight today and well into the 21st century.
And these questions come at a time of transition, as the Space Shuttle nears its scheduled retirement after almost 30 years of service.
Lost picture.
Messiah, this is Houston. Messiah.
Houston, this is.
I remember all the talk about the shuttle in the early days, and there was such an excitement in the air because up until then, what were we doing? You know, a capsule would go up and it would plunk down in the ocean. You had to go fish it out. And now we were making a space plane. I mean, how awesome is that? You know, it's a rocket when you need it to be a rocket, and then it's an airplane when you need it and want it to be an airplane. And so, what a promise for the future of the space program that represented.
The shuttle's always going to be a reflection of what a great nation can do when it dares to be bold and commits to follow through.
What does it take to just send something in orbit without having any aerodynamics to worry about? You know, we did that throughout the 60s. To send something to orbit and bring it back as an airplane, that's a whole other synthesis of aero and space. And we're reminded how beautiful a word that is, aerospace. Two fragments that were never brought together before they needed to. And The shuttle is the living example of what it is when aeronautics meets space exploration.
And you just looked at it on the pad and you said, this looks like no other rocket that I've ever seen before.
You are the thousands of men and women who gave their hearts, souls, and their lives for the cause of exploration have rewritten history.
Your enemy is not what you expect.
Hit the button, baby. Stay cool. Thor News presents. What? Weird. That's all super weird. Okay. All right. I'm over at NASA. Go behind the scenes at Johnson Space Center.
Oh, my space shuttle! You're my space shuttle! America's space shuttle! It's the space shuttle! America's space shuttle! You're my space shuttle! You're my space shuttle! Space shuttle now!
And such a pace cannot help but create new ills as it dispels old. New ignorance, new problems, new dangers. Surely the opening vistas of space promise high costs and hardships, as well as high reward. So it is not surprising that some would have us stay where we are a little longer, to rest, to wait. But this city of Houston, this state of Texas, this country of the United States was not built by those who waited and rested and wished to look behind them. This country was conquered by those who move forward, and so will space. It is that man in his quest for knowledge and progress is determined and cannot be deterred. The exploration of space will go ahead, whether we join in it or not. And it is one of the great adventures of all time. And no nation which expects to be the leader of other nations can expect to stay behind in this race for space.
It can't even reach low Earth orbit. That is exactly why it's so essential that we pursue a new course and that we revitalize NASA and its mission. Not just with dollars, but with clear aims and a larger purpose.
Thor News is for winners, and that's why you're here. So stick around. Hit the button, baby.
Party dance time.
I am in outer space right now.
Don't give up, Charlie Brown.
Attention. Are we under attack?
As things go faster and faster, and what happens when things get really bad.
Showtime.
Oh my God. We'll do this together.
The fate of the universe lies on your shoulders. Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
This story is so stellar. It's causing stars and scientists to be born again. You're right, sir.
Slow your rotation, stellar fool.
I'm Groot.
No!